Okay, over the next 4 days, we're going to focus heavily on price negotiation strategies with a basket of considerations, many things that you can use to help a seller be more realistic about the price or to accept an offer when they get a good offer. So there are literally dozens of arguments that can be used to motivate sellers. We're going to go over a few of them today, especially when a seller has been presented an offer, but they still think that they can do better, or they think that their house is worth more. You want to ask questions about the following considerations to help them manage their risks if they decide to hold on and wait for a better offer. You want to bring up the carry charges. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. And if they were to hold on to their property and it took a number of months or possibly even a year to sell, they have to take into consideration the taxes they're paying, the mortgages, their mortgage interest payments that they're making, the insurance, the repairs and maintenance. All of those costs on a monthly basis reduce the return on investment and will cost them money that has to be factored into their analysis. Second one, what is the lost opportunity cost? For example, if they were to wait to sell and say the stock market's been doing really well, if it were to go up 10% in the time that it took them to get a better offer, that 10% is not money that they realized, because if they would have invested that money in the stock market, they would have ended up making that money. And they may end up, if real estate is not going up in value, losing that 10% appreciation by reinvesting their money. Another one, if a buyer is buying another home, it's very possible, and we've discussed this before, that the new home cost will more than offset what they're paying for, or what they're losing, excuse me, in terms of the price they're accepting, especially if they're buying a more expensive home. Another one, is it more likely that they'll have fewer buyers after season? In other words, if it's season now and they have fewer buyers, you're not necessarily going to get a buyer that's willing to pay the highest price. So you want to cast as wide a net as possible. And then the last one, is it likely that more people will put their property on the market? That's more competition. So if we have more competition, typically you're not able to get the highest return on your investment. So all of those individually could be items that you used or arguments that you use to help the seller become more realistic and manage their risk. I'm going to go over part 2 tomorrow. Oh, by the way, don't forget, we have partners, mortgage partners and title companies that we work with. We'd love to have you do business with them if you need someone that can help you. That's what we have today. Part 2 tomorrow.